Dear students, physics class 4 thermoelectricity, in which we are going to learn Thomson effect. So in the previous classes we discussed about Seebeck effect, Peltier effect, and the failure of Peltier effect leads to the discovery of Thomson. So let us see what is Thomson effect. When a current flows through an unequally heated metal, there is a absorption or evolution of heat throughout the body of the metal. So this is known as Thomson effect. So dear students, here is the copper bar. A be the first end and B be the other end of the copper bar. When this copper bar is heated at the middle, it means we are heating the bar unequally. Clear? So when the current is flown through this copper bar from A end to B end in this direction, then it is found that the temperature of the B end is found to increase and the temperature of A end is found to decrease. In the sense, heat is evolved at the A end and heat is absorbed at the B end. So this effect is known as Thomson effect, dear students. Okay. So consider an unequally heated copper bar as shown in figure. When a current flows through unequally heated copper bar from A to B, the temperature of B is found to increase and the temperature of A is found to decrease. So thus transfer of heat takes place from A to B in the direction of current. If the direction of current is reversed, temperature of A is found to decrease and the temperature of B is found to increase. Temperature of A is found to increase and the temperature of B is found to decrease. This phenomenon is known as Thomson effect, and the Thomson effect has a reversible phenomenon. In the sense, dear students, if the direction of current is reversed, now the current is flowing from A to B direction and the heat is also flowing in the direction of A to B direction. When the current direction is reversed, in the sense if we flow the current from B end to A end direction, then it is found that the temperature of A end is increased and the temperature of B end is decreased. So here the heat is evolved at B and the heat is absorbed at the A end, dear students. So that is, it is a reversible process. So Thomson effect is a reversible phenomena. Okay. So next, there are two types of Thomson effect: the positive Thomson effect and negative Thomson effect. Let us see what is positive Thomson effect. If the transfer of heat takes place in the direction of current through unequally heated metal conductor, then it is called positive Thomson effect. So as we just learned, in the direction of current, heat transfer takes place, that is from A to B direction, then this is called positive Thomson effect, and it is found in metals such as copper, CD cadmium, Zn zinc, Ag silver, and Sb antimony. So in these metals we found positive Thomson effect. And there is a one more, that is the negative Thomson effect. If transfer of heat takes place in opposite direction of current when an unequally heated metal conductor, then it is called negative Thomson effect. In the sense, dear students, if the direction of current is from A to B direction and the direct A end whose temperature is found to increase and the B end whose temperature is found to decrease, this is known as negative Thomson effect. Now the heat is not flowing in the direction of current, it is flowing in opposite direction of current. Current is flowing from A to B direction, but the heat transfer takes place from B to A direction. So hence this is called negative Thomson effect, and it is found in some metals such as Fe iron, Pt platinum, Bi bismuth, Co cobalt, Ni nickel, and Hg mercury. Okay, so in these metals negative Thomson effect is found. Note dear students, in case of lead, there is no transfer of heat throughout unequally heated lead when current flows through it. Clear? So, hence the Thomson effect for lead is 0. Lead is a poor thermal conductor. So, when you heat, it doesn't absorb heat, but it can conduct the electricity. So, therefore, there is no transfer of heat takes place in case of lead when current is passed through this. So, hence Thomson effect for lead is 0. So, remember, many times in exams they have asked this question for 2 marks. Remember, and also it is useful while solving the problems. Next, Thomson coefficient. So, Thomson coefficient is denoted by sigma. It is defined as the 1 joule of heat transferred through unequally heated metal conductor when a current of 1 ampere flows for 1 second with the temperature difference of 1 degree Celsius at its ends. So, dear students, when a current of 1 ampere is passed through the unequally heated metal conductor for a 1 second, 1 joule of heat transfer takes place from A to B direction. There is a temperature difference of 1 degree Celsius between these two ends. That it is known as Thomson coefficient. Okay? Okay. Next, applications of thermodynamics to a thermocouple. As thermocouple are reversible processes, so in thermodynamics we have studied many reversible processes, that is Carnot cycle, all those things. So we are just applying those relations here. Okay. So first application, that is derivation of relation pi is equal to T into dE by dt. So pi is a Peltier coefficient, T is the absolute temperature, and dE by dt is the rate of change of thermo EMF, that itself is known as thermoelectric power. Clear? Okay. Here there are two metals thermocouple. A is the one metal, B is the another metal. Okay. So these two are the junctions of the thermocouple. So it is at lower temperature, at temperature capital T, and whose Peltier coefficient is pi, and the another junction is at a higher temperature whose temperature is pi plus T plus dt, and whose Peltier coefficient is pi plus d pi. Okay, and sigma ABB Thomson coefficient for A metal and sigma BBB Thomson coefficient for B metal. Okay, let us see. Consider a thermocouple of metal A and B with a cold junction at temperature T and hot junction at temperature T plus dt. Let a current of I ampere flows through the thermocouple for T second. Heat energy absorbed due to Peltier effect at the hot junction, here it is equal to pi plus d pi joules, and heat energy evolved due to Peltier effect at the cold junction, here it is equal to pi joules. Now heat energy absorbed in a metal A due to Thomson effect, it is sigma A into dt joules. Heat energy evolved in metal B due to Thomson effect, that is sigma B into dt joules. Clear? So therefore net heat energy absorbed in the thermocouple is equal to heat energy absorbed due to Peltier effect minus heat energy evolved due to Peltier effect, that is heat energy absorbed, total heat energy absorbed due to Peltier effect, that is pi plus d pi minus pi. Okay, pi get cancelled, plus heat energy absorbed due to Thomson effect minus heat energy evolved due to Thomson effect. So we get, that is here pi get cancelled, that it is equal to d pi plus into bracket dt is constant here, we take it out, sigma A minus sigma B into dt. Okay. Now this is the total heat energy absorbed due to Peltier effect and Thomson effect. So it is used to convert, that is EMF, that is thermo EMF, that is dE. So therefore this equation can be written as dE is equal to d pi plus into bracket sigma A minus sigma B into dt. Call this equation number 1. Since Peltier effect and Thomson effect are reversible, apply Carnot's theorem to these. So how we applied? So here to the left side, amount of heat energy absorbed, and here the amount of heat energy evolved. Okay. So pi plus d pi divided by T plus dt, amount of heat energy absorbed due to Peltier effect at temperature T plus dt, plus amount of heat energy absorbed due to Thomson effect at temperature T is equal to amount of heat energy evolved due to Peltier effect at temperature T, that is pi divided by T, plus amount of heat energy evolved due to Thomson effect at temperature T, that is sigma B into dt divided by T. Okay. So here this pi by T we take it to the left and sigma A dt divided by T to the right. Just rearrange the terms. So pi plus d pi divided by T plus dt minus pi by T is equal to sigma B minus sigma A into dt divided by T. So make a cross multiplication here. So therefore pi into T plus d pi into T minus pi into T plus dt, here it is. So we just redistribute pi into T minus pi into dt divided by T into T plus dt is equal to, this remains as it is, sigma B minus sigma A divided by T into dt. So here what are the terms get cancelled? Pi t get cancelled, pi t get cancelled, d pi t minus pi dt remains is equal to this thing, that is sigma B minus sigma A into dt. So here one more term get cancelled, t and t. Okay. So this t plus dt we take it to the right side, that is here t plus dt. So now d pi t minus pi dt is equal to sigma B minus sigma A into t into dt. Again we multiply this term to this bracket term. Okay. So plus sigma B minus sigma A into dt square. Clear? So now this term in which dt is already small and dt square of it is again very small. So therefore we neglect this term here. So is very small term, so neglect it. So what remains? Only this term remains, that is sigma B minus sigma A into T into dt. Okay. Now, so we get d pi t minus pi dt is equal to minus of sigma A minus sigma B into T into dt. So dear students, here sigma B minus sigma B A it is. So we just rearrange sigma A minus sigma B. So for that we take it minus sign outside here. So it is T into dt. Now T into bracket d pi, so this term, and take this term to the left side, sigma A minus sigma B into dt. As it is a minus, when it comes to the left it becomes plus. So it is equal to, so this is minus, it goes to the right and it becomes plus pi dt. But d pi plus sigma A minus sigma B into dt is equal to dE, that is thermo EMF, from equation number 1. Substitute this in this above equation, so it becomes T into dE. This equation equal to dE is equal to pi into dt. Clear? So just rearrange pi is equal to T into dE by dt. That is the relation we have to derive. Thus, for any two metals, the Peltier coefficient at a given temperature is given by the product of the thermoelectric power at that temperature and the absolute temperature. Okay, that is the definition for Peltier coefficient. Okay, so next, dear students, there is a one more relation. Second application is derivation of relation sigma A minus sigma B is equal to minus T into d square E by dt square. So this thing we are going to derive. For any two metals, the Peltier coefficient at a given temperature is given by, so we just derived this relation, phi is equal to T into dE by dt. Call this equation number 1. Now differentiate this equation with respect to absolute temperature. So it becomes d pi by dt is equal to A into B it is. So keeping A constant, differentiate this d square E by dt square plus, now keeping B constant, differentiate T with respect to T, it is 1 only. So call this equation. We know that dE is equal to d pi plus sigma A minus sigma B into dt from the previous derivation. So divide this equation by dt. So dE by dt is equal to d pi by dt plus sigma A minus sigma B, as this dt and this dt get cancelled. Call this equation number 3. Substitute equation 3 in equation 2. So this equation is substituted here instead of, that is dE by dt. So therefore d pi by dt is equal to T into d square E by dt square plus dE by dt is equal to, we substitute this, d pi by dt plus sigma A minus sigma B. So d pi by dt get cancelled. So here sigma A minus sigma B is equal to minus T into d square E by dt square. That is the relation we have to derive. Call this equation number 4. Now we rearrange this equation here. Instead of sigma A minus B, we write sigma B minus sigma A. So therefore this negative sign goes. So it becomes T into d square E divided by dt square. Call this equation number 5. If the first metal in the thermocouple is lead, that is A is the lead thermocouple, lead metal, then Thomson coefficient for lead metal is 0. So therefore sigma A is equal to 0. So sigma B is equal to T into d square E divided by dt square. Call this equation number 6. Now from equation 5, that is d square E by dt square is equal to sigma B minus sigma A divided by T, that we T take to the denominator. So we rearrange this d square E by dt square as d by dt into bracket dE by dt is equal to sigma B minus sigma A divided by T. Put the value of dE by dt from equation 1. That is d by dt into bracket pi by T is equal to sigma B minus sigma A divided by T from here. Okay. So this is d by dt pi by T minus sigma B, take this term here, sigma B minus sigma A divided by T is equal to 0. As this term consists both Thomson coefficient and Peltier coefficient, this gives the relation between Peltier and Thomson coefficient. Dear students, okay, so we finish it here. If you find any difficulty, you just text me. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.